Hello, I'm the Guitar Geek, and this is my extremely biased, unfair review of my Honeyboy 5-watt custom amp. I'm not sure if this will come across from me into YouTube land because of compression, but I want to show you something about the dynamics of the amp. I've recorded a loop here on my Ditto looper. I've got some reverb from the Flint, and I will add a bit of tremolo in the lead lines. Here is the Honeyboy demonstrating its dynamics. This video is very different to anything I've ever made before because everything I've done previously was unbiased, fair as I can make it, and honest. This is still honest, but it's biased because I love this amp. It's my amp, it was custom built for me, and I want to share it with you. Andy at Honeyboy offers so many different style choices and finishes that I was really spoilt for choice and didn't know what to go for. I ended up with the Western wrap and the golden flake grill thing with the Honeyboy badge because it just seemed the coolest, and he offers some really wild, out there finishes, but I thought this might work well on stage in my sort of country band. Everything you see here is built by Andy. The cab is from American oak, which gives it this kind of this live sound. It's got like a reverb to it, even though there is no reverb built in. The amp is alive. It's not sort of you play a chord or you play a note and then it's dead. Even in this fairly dead studio, there's a ring to it that comes from that sort of organicness. Inside the cab is the Italian-made Jensen special design loudspeaker. It's 10-inch and it fits perfectly with the voice of this amp. Andy's tested many different speakers and he's ended up with this one. I think he's made the right choice. The amp itself is based on the Fender Princeton circuit, and he sent me a build video of him making it. It looks so simple but so well made inside that it's really no wonder that it sounds wonderful. Even though Andy voiced the entire amp to be used as a combo, there is a line out option on the panel, which means that you can go into the power amp of any other amplifier and use this as a preamp. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm looking forward to putting that through something like the Roland Jazz Chorus, which would make it considerably louder. Being 5 watts, it has enough headroom to give you some really nice cleans, but if you really dig in, it does start to bite and growl and overdrive, which is a feature that I love, and I love what Andy's done, so it just has enough, but there's some tone there. For me, the standout feature is the dynamics of the amp. It's so responsive to the guitar, and it really reveals any mistakes in your playing, which is sometimes a good thing, sometimes not so good. I've paired it with a Flint from Strymon, which gives it the tremolo and the reverb that I love. This is the guitar going straight into the amp, so you're hearing all that lovely tone coming from the Strat and the Honeyboy. There's no pedals in this part. Now I've got to go into the Strymon Flint, giving it a little bit of reverb. And let's just throw a bit of tremolo on there as well. From watching the video so far, you're probably thinking that this is just a vintage voiced amp. And when I say just a vintage voiced amp, an excellently vintage voiced amp. However, if you throw some pedals in front of it, it reacts really well. So it gives you that clean headroom with a little bit of bite, but also takes the sound of the pedal on board. What I've done is I've put together a selection of my pedals, which shouldn't be put with this amp, just to see how it sounds. Here we are. Now, if you're watching this thinking, I need a Honeyboy amp in my life, and you should be, then go to honeyboyamps.com, talk to Andy Smith, and he will help you spend not very much money, and you'll end up with something like this, a hand-built custom amp just for you. This is my biased review. I love this amp. Everyone should have one. It is one of the best things in my studio, and it's just so good. Just to clear that up. Andy's not paid me for this. I'm doing it because I love the amp. Thanks for watching. I'm the Guitar Geek. There's a comment section, there's a like button, there's a subscribe button. I'll see you in the future video. Bye-bye.